Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another show of Money Matters, where we talk about accountancy, taxation, finance, and frankly, all things money matters. We are going to continue the show, ladies and gentlemen, with all the pandemic-related financial issues. So if you have any questions relating to furlough, self-employment grants, business grants, there's a new the loan that is available now, I forgot what it's called, Arif bhai.
Recovery loan.
The
Recovery loan.
Business recovery loan, yes. So all these options that are available, if you are taking part in any of these facilities, and if you have any questions relating to these facilities, please do give us a call, inshallah. The number to call is 0203 5151 764. We are available on Facebook. Those of you that are watching on Sky, you can catch us on Facebook, facebook.com/TV1UK. And we're also available on the website, directly on the TV1 website, tv1uk.tv. Inshallah. As usual, I have my co-host with me, Arif bhai. Assalamu alaikum, Arif bhai.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing? You okay?
Alhamdulillah, bhai. Allah ashish meherbani.
Amra to Ramzan shesh hoye ailo.
Yes,
gone so quick.
Ramzan is nearly finished, and we passed the 27th night yesterday, and let's hope that Allah has have forgive all of our sins.
Ameen.
Yesterday night, lot of people, they engaged in prayer.
That's right.
So, may Allah bless all of us.
Ameen. Ameen. Arif bhai, we're keeping the show very broad and very relevant to anyone and everyone. So anyone that has any questions relating to any financial matters, please do call in, and inshallah we'll be happy to help. Hopefully we were just discussing this actually, and in a few weeks' time, we're going to start structuring our show, inshallah, and there's going to be particular topics that we're going to be talking about. So,
last week, আমরা কথা বলেছিলাম business জাকাতের উপরে, and Sheikh Abdur Rahman Madani was with us. His input was very valuable.
Absolutely, yes.
He nicely described the zakat issue for the business. আমাদের মধ্যে যারা বিজনেসে আছি, আমরা জানি যে নরমালি আমরা জাকাত পে করি আমাদের পার্সোনাল অ্যাসেটের উপরে, আমাদের গোল্ড, সিলভার ও ক্যাশ এর উপরে। লাইকওয়াইজ বিজনেসের উপরেও জাকাত পেয়েবল হয়, বিজনেসের স্টকের উপরে, যেটা আমাদের লাস্ট প্রোগ্রামে শেখ আব্দুর রহমান মাদানী উনি এক্সপ্লেন করেছেন আমাদেরকে। এবং আমাদের প্ল্যান ছিল যে এই আজকের প্রোগ্রামেও যদি আমরা কাউকে পাই, একজন শেখকে পাওয়া যায়, তাহলে আজকেও আমরা জাকাত নিয়ে কথা বলার ইচ্ছা ছিল, কন্টিনিউ করার ইচ্ছা ছিল। কিন্তু যেহেতু yesterday was 27th night, and আজকে সব শেখরা they are very tired, obviously.
Very tired, yes.
The whole night they were awake.
Absolutely.
So
yes.
আজকের প্রোগ্রামে তাদেরকে পাওয়া আসলে খুব ডিফিকাল্ট
You have to
হয়ে গেছে।
imagine, Arif bhai, and I've attended a lot of these appeal nights. Appeal night to shesh hoy dekhen about 4:30. By 4 o'clock it's closed. I mean,
well, you can't get to bed before Fajr.
Fajr
Obviously, that's going to be after Fajr.
Exactly.
So I think most of the sheikhs they slept after Fajr.
Yeah, I mean, and then what happens is they finish from here, and then by the time they go home, by the time you refresh and get into bed, it's 6-7 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
That's right.
For some of these sheikhs.
So then it's not possible to attend this program at 12 o'clock.
Unfortunately.
But anyway, আমরা আমাদের নিয়মিত প্রোগ্রামে আমরা যে সমস্ত বিষয় নিয়ে আমরা আলাপ করি, ফাইন্যান্স, অ্যাকাউন্টেন্সি, any taxation issues, tax related matters, or particularly this help for the business for the COVID-19 business যারা এফেক্টেড হয়েছেন, এবং গভর্নমেন্টের যে বিভিন্ন হেল্প স্কিম যেগুলি দেওয়া হয়েছে সেগুলি নিয়ে আমরা কথা বলেছি আমাদের প্রোগ্রামে এর আগেও। আজকেও আমরা এগুলি নিয়ে আমরা আলাপ করব।
Inshallah, yes. So, like I said, and you've also mentioned, we'll keep it broad. So, anyone that has any questions relating to any sort of financial issues, the number to call is 0203 5151 764. Arif Bhai, just to kind of go through, this is from a long time ago now. The update the Chancellor gave back in March. Anything out of there that is useful for our viewers? Something maybe that's coming to an end.
Fourth self-employed grant is still ongoing. Is covering February, March, April. Now for this period, আপনাদের ভিউয়ার্স আপনাদের মধ্যে যারা সেলফ এমপ্লয়েড আছেন এবং যারা আপনাদের ফোর্থ সেলফ এমপ্লয়েড গ্রান্ট এখনও আপনারা অ্যাপ্লাই করেন নাই বা এই গ্রান্ট এখনও নেওয়ার সময় আছে, আপনাদের কাছে হয়তো এইচএমআরসি থেকে টেক্সট বা আপনাদের ইমেইলের মাধ্যমে আপনাদেরকে অলরেডি রিকোয়েস্ট করা হয়েছে এই গ্রান্ট অ্যাপ্লাই করার জন্য। অনেকে হয়তো গ্রান্ট অলরেডি অ্যাপ্লাই করে দিয়েছেন, গ্রান্ট পেয়েও গেছেন, কিন্তু যারা এখন অ্যাপ্লাই করেন নাই তাদের জন্য তারা এই গ্রান্ট অ্যাপ্লাই করতে পারেন। যারা সেলফ এমপ্লয়েড অথবা যারা পার্টনার ইন এ পার্টনারশিপ বিজনেস, আপনারা not for the company directors, it's only for self-employed and the partners in partnership business. আর বিশেষ করে এবারের গ্রান্টে will be based on 1920 tax return, যারা মার্চের আগে, I think 1st of মার্চের আগে যারা সাবমিট করেছেন সেলফ অ্যাসেসমেন্ট ট্যাক্স রিটার্ন যারা সাবমিট করেছেন 1920, এবং যাদের বিজনেস এফেক্টেড হয়েছে কোভিডের কারণে তারা এলিজিবল হবেন আপনার এই গ্রান্টের জন্য। এবং গ্রান্ট দেওয়া হবে আপনাদেরকে অ্যাভারেজ ইনকাম, যেটা লাস্ট 3 মান্থসের আপনার বিজনেস অ্যাভারেজ ইনকাম যেটা, তার উপরে বেস করে। আর যারা এর আগে 18-19 এলিজিবল হন নাই বাট 1920 ট্যাক্স রিটার্ন সাবমিট করেছেন, তাদের গ্রান্ট বেস হবে 1920 ট্যাক্স রিটার্নের উপরে। কিন্তু আপনার 1920 ট্যাক্স রিটার্নের উপরে বেস করে যদি আপনি এলিজিবল নাও হন, তাহলে তারা দেন এইচএমআরসি উইল লুক ব্যাক ইয়োর প্রিভিয়াস ট্যাক্স রিটার্ন, প্রিভিয়াস 4-5 ট্যাক্স রিটার্নস, অ্যান্ড তাতে যদি আপনার যে অ্যাভারেজ ইনকাম যেটা সেইটার উপরে বেস করে আপনার 1920টা এটা দেওয়া হবে। আপনাদের যদি এ ব্যাপারে কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে তাহলে আমাদের স্টুডিও নাম্বারে আপনারা ফোন করুন।
The number to call is 0203 5151 764. Arif Bhai, just to confirm, a granta, fourth grant jekta, it is covering the period of February, March, April.
For 3 months, yeah.
And potentially there will be a fifth grant.
We hope, but echono is not confirmed yet.
Confirmed hoy nai.
Government hasn't confirmed the fifth grant, but it's most likely যেহেতু ফার্লো স্কিম সেপ্টেম্বর পর্যন্ত কন্টিনিউ হবে, যারা এমপ্লয়েড তারা যেহেতু সেপ্টেম্বর পর্যন্ত পাচ্ছেন, সো সেলফ এমপ্লয়েড পিপল উইল গেট দ্য সাপোর্ট আনটিল সেপ্টেম্বর as well.
September. That's what it looks like.
So there might be another grant will come
for that particular period.
But mind you, this grant কিন্তু স্পেসিফিক্যালি বলা হয়েছে যে যাদের বিজনেস ফেব্রুয়ারি, মার্চ, এপ্রিলে যাদের বিজনেস সিগনিফিকেন্টলি রিডিউস হয়েছে, যাদের প্রফিট ড্রপ করেছে অথবা আপনার বিজনেসই নাই, আপনি কাজই করেন নাই, অনলি দে ক্যান অ্যাপ্লাই ফর দিস গ্রান্ট। নাও how HMRC is going to assess whether your business has impacted by the COVID or not, but HMRC's view is they'll leave it to you now
to let them know.
Yes, what they're saying that you will make a honest declaration. Yeah, you will make an honest declaration that yes, my business has affected by COVID. But যাদের বিজনেস এফেক্ট হয় নাই, আপনারা যদি মনে করেন যে আপনার ইনকাম লাস্ট ইয়ারের তুলনায় কম, লাস্ট ইয়ারের ইনকামের তুলনায় এই বছরের ইনকাম আপনার বেশি হবে, then you need to be careful before you apply for the grant.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is when you will do your tax return, your 2021 tax return, don't forget to include the grant in your tax return, because this grant is a taxable income.
It's a taxable income.
Exactly. It
yes.
is a taxable income,
So
and you have to include this income in your self-assessment tax return.
Right. Okay.
And pay tax on that
Potentially
if
any
it's
tax.
more than the personal threshold.
Okay. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, so we have to remember to do that, in fact. Another thing, just to touch on that as well, আমরা যে অনেক আমরা self-employed যারা আছেন, those that are claiming universal credit as well at this point in time. So every time they receive this grant, they need to inform universal
They need to
credit.
let their tax credit department know, কারণ এই ইনকামের কারণে ট্যাক্স ক্রেডিট এফেক্টেড হবে।
হ্যাঁ।
যদি অন্য কোনো আপনার ইনকাম থাকে প্লাস আপনি গ্রান্টও পাচ্ছেন, সো এতে যদি দেখা যায় যে আপনার আগে যে ইনকাম আপনি বলেছেন ট্যাক্স ক্রেডিটকে, তার চেয়ে এখন আপনার ইনকাম বেশি বা কম হয়, তাহলে এটা ট্যাক্স ক্রেডিটে অ্যাডজাস্ট হবে। সো ইটস ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট, যারা ট্যাক্স ক্রেডিটে আছেন, ট্যাক্স ক্রেডিট ক্লেম করছেন, তারা you should let the tax credit know how much grant you are receiving.
Excellent. So those of you that are self-employed, if you haven't applied for your fourth grant yet, please do so. And if there's any issues, if you have any questions, please do call in 0203 5151 764. Arif bhai, let's move on to the stamp duty holiday. Now that's coming to an end in September.
In June.
Sorry, in June, yes. I'm looking at the furlough.
Just a month away from now.
Yeah.
By 31st of, 30th of June, stamp duty holiday শেষ হয়ে যাচ্ছে।
And I've asked you this question before, but you know, I'd like to discuss it again, and I think it is a important discussion. Property prices. What are we looking at? Because a lot of people have waited for the stamp duty holiday to end, hoping that the property prices will go down, and then they will buy and they will profit from that.
Yes.
What do you suggest? What do you think?
Still, stamp duty holiday extend করার কারণে কিছু কিছু এলাকায় দেখা যাচ্ছে যে property price is still is going up. There is a high demand.
Yeah.
The property.
It's
the
actually
market,
going up, isn't
yes,
it? Property
there
prices.
is not enough property in the market, and there are a lot of buyers in the market. So still the competition is there. What our observation is, the property price people are offering is still asking price. Yeah. But the problem is bank valuation. When the bank is valuing the property, it seems like there's significant cutback from the bank's point of view. ব্যাংক কিন্তু ভ্যালুয়েশন যখন করছে তখন দেখা যাচ্ছে যে অনেক কম, ইভেন কারেন্ট মার্কেটে যে প্রপার্টি যে প্রাইসে মার্কেটে দেওয়া আছে, এস্টেট এজেন্ট যেটা মনে করছে
lower than the market, the price. Even
more. You know, say for example, if the market price is for a property is say 470, 480,000, 480,000 or 500,000 in the market, is for sale for 500,000. And people are offering that house for 500,000. They're okay. We are offering for asking price. Even some people are offering even more than asking price. Because of the demand. But fact is, when you apply for mortgage, then sometime when the valuation comes, then you will see the bank has only valued 450,000 for the property. Excuse me. So this is the situation in the market.
What do you think the reason is behind that? I mean, this is going away from.
Yeah, the reason is after Brexit,
Hmm.
lot of European citizens, excuse me, they have moved out.
Hmm.
অনেক ইউরোপিয়ান সিটিজেন তারা চলে গেছে
Hmm.
এখান থেকে, সো যার জন্য রেন্টাল মার্কেটে ইজ এ বিগ ড্রপ।
Hmm.
অনেক প্রপার্টি সিটিতে, yesterday one of the estate agent guy was telling me the lot of cities property
Hmm.
is empty,
Yeah.
and landlord are considering to reduce the rent,
Hmm.
rent reduce করছে। So যেহেতু rental income is dropping, bank probably is recognize the fact
Hmm.
the demand is not there, the
Hmm.
rental market demand is not there. So, and when they are valuing the property, they look into the rental income
Hmm.
and they reduce the rental income. So that's why the valuation is coming lower.
Lower. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the issue. But in June, you know, when the stamp duty holiday will be over, it seems like that there might be drop
Hmm.
in property price.
I mean, the most likely situation is that there'll be less people buying at that point. But then it's a catch-22, because if the property prices do go down, then those that are waiting to buy,
না, যারা
instead of-
লং টার্ম ইনভেস্টর,
Hmm.
মনে করেন আপনি এখন প্রপার্টি কিনছেন, বাট ইউ আর পেইং সে 20,000 এক্সট্রা or 30,000 এক্সট্রা,
Hmm.
but you are buying for long term investment.
Yeah.
You are not selling in immediate future.
Hmm.
So if it's long term investment, you leave it for say 5-10 years,
Hmm.
you know, at some point it will pick up again
Yeah.
and you will recover your money. But if it's a short term investment, you are, say for example, you are buying for short term and you are thinking to sell it within 2-3 years with a profit,
Hmm.
then those investors need to be careful.
Hmm. It's not a market for the short-term investment at the
It's
moment.
not, well, my personal opinion.
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, yeah, আমরা নিজেরই opinion এটা. It's not something that we suggest anybody to follow on.
Yes.
In fact, what we'd like to hear from is property developers and property investors. What's your thought on this process? আমরা যে stamp duty যে holiday যে একটা end হইতেছে, are you waiting to buy something after? Have you bought something now? Are you in the process of buying something? Are you waiting until it's over and then hopefully the prices are going to go down? What is your speculation on this? The number to call is 0203 515 1764. We'd love to hear from you. So please do get
but
in touch.
after stamp duty holiday, আমরা লাস্ট ইয়ারে দেখেছি যে অনেক প্রপার্টি ইনভেস্টররা they have invested good sum in properties last year.
I mean, we had not everybody, but there was a lot of investments into property from some of the businesses that got the bounce back loan. You know, there was a lot of people that utilized this money. I mean, there was, you know, all sorts of
That's
stories.
another issue. Yes. You know,
So
some
that's
for some people, bounce back loan helped them to
yeah.
raise the cash they need for deposit. But although it's not a good idea
No.
that you take out the loan for businesses and instead of spending that in your business, you invest that money to property. Well, you need to be careful and make a good assessment that, you know, you need to pay extra. For example, if somebody take £50,000 bounce back loan, his monthly payment would be, if it's 5 years term, then it will be about £830 or £850. Now, when you take a mortgage for say £400,000, your payment might comes, you know, if it's interest only mortgage, the payment might come £500-600 a month. Now, if you need to pay that mortgage, £600 per mortgage, and then £800 every month for bounce back loan payments, and you investing this money in property.
Yeah.
Whether it will be too much financial pressure on you,
Yeah.
that is something you need to be
I mean, the bounce back loan,
or take some professional advice. I will say that, either
Absolutely.
talk to your accountant or talk to a mortgage broker, financial broker, and talk to them before you make such a decision. That okay.
Absolutely. I mean, what happened with the bounce back loan? Obviously, the interest interest rate is very low, but because it's a short period of time.
No,
that's
the interest rate bounce back loan interest rate is 2.5%.
2.5%.
But if you buy property now, you can get a mortgage for around 2% to even cheaper than the bounce back loan rate.
Yeah.
You can, most of the lender, borrower, if their credit score is good,
Decent, yeah.
They can get a mortgage for around 2%. I'll say 2.10 or 2.20, or for some people might be 1.9% or even cheaper. But comparing with the interest rate, the bounce back loan is not cheap in that sense.
No, because of
not to invest in the property.
Not to invest in the property. Yeah.
I think what's happening again, the term is shorter, so the payment will be, your repayment will be bigger. If you add that with mortgage payment and the bounce back loan payment, you might struggle to pay it back.
What had happened, and you mentioned this last time, and you used that term, the artificial boom, and that's essentially what's happened because of this, essentially the artificial influx of capital that has come into the market.
It's only market. Particular area in London, we can see, the property price doesn't match with the bank's valuation. So bank is saying it's not realistic. What is people offering for the property because of the competition? They are offering higher price, but banks say no, that's not real price. So that is artificial, isn't it?
That's right. Exactly.
That's what exactly I meant by this.
That's it.
Artificial booming.
And it makes complete sense. It makes complete sense because it's not something that's developed and we've grown into. It's something that has only happened purely due to the pandemic for this last year. So it's not something that has developed over a period of time. It's all of a sudden this has happened, and I believe it is gonna go down. It is gonna go back to normality of some sort after the stamp duty holiday is over. There is
we can see for the investor, there are property market invest questions for buy to let, to let out the property. তাদের জন্য আমাদের অ্যাডভাইস হবে, be careful about the rental market, because rental market demand is falling, and so the property price should fall as well, but it's not falling yet because of the stamp duty holiday. So after the stamp duty holiday is over, we have to wait and see what happened after 30th of June.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, the number to call is 0203 5151 764. If you have any finance related questions, please feel free to give us a call, inshallah. আপনারা যদি কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে, ফাইন্যান্স রিলেটেড কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে, প্লিজ আপনারা কল করবা, ইনশাআল্লাহ আমরা লগে আলোচনা করবা, আমরা যতটুকু পারি আপনারা সাহায্য করমু with the advice that we can give you, inshallah. 0203 5151 764. We're going to go for a sorry.
Probably after break we're going to go for a break now. So after break, probably we can talk about the issues that people who are buying the property, the investor who are investing in the property market, will it be a good thing for them to buy it through their limited company rather than in their personal name?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
we'll talk about that issue after the
Inshallah.
break.
Excellent. Fantastic. We'll see you shortly after the break, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Money Matters, where we talk about accountancy, taxation, finance, and frankly, all things money matters. We are discussing, at the moment, relating to the stamp duty holiday and those that are purchasing properties. If you are a property developer, if you are an investor, please do get in touch with us, inshallah. 0203 5151 764. We'd like to hear from you. We'd like to know whether you're waiting to purchase something after the stamp duty holiday, hopefully, potentially, when the property prices go down. So just before the break, we were discussing the stamp duty holidays, and the bounce back loan has helped the property market flourish. I think, anyway. I mean, there's not just within our community, Arifai. There's been a lot of cases where people have taken
we
these
can
loans
see a
out.
lot of people have the deposit to invest in the property market because there's a lot of demand. We can see in London, but this deposit, the question is where this deposit is coming from. Yes, bounce back loan is one of that. Some people has taken out £50,000 bounce back loan when their income, their business turnover was not actually 200,000, but they have taken out. Some people has
and just to reiterate, it's not just in our Bangladeshi community. It has happened outside of our community as well.
A lot of business people has taken advantage of that, and some people has taken 350,000 from 3 different banks.
Yes, this is what's happened.
So yes, he have 3 different accounts in 3 different banks, and he take 50,000 from each of the banks. Although the banks are monitoring now that they are picking these things and they are asking to refund the money. But yes, some people has generated their deposit money from the bounce back loan, and due to the COVID, অনেকের expenditure, regular expenditure যেগুলো আছে আমাদের family expenditure, এগুলো people are not going out, they are not spending money outside.
That's right.
So
no holidays.
অনেকের কিন্তু holiday তে যাচ্ছে না, বাইরে outing এ যাচ্ছে না, রেস্টুরেন্টে যাচ্ছে না খেতে, so যার কারণে অনেকের কিন্তু savings হচ্ছে. For last 1 year, people are saving money.
Yeah, this I can call it artificial savings as well. এটা তো আসলে সেভিংসটা মানে এরকম হইছে যে it has come about because of the lack of ability to spend it. So
that's right. Yeah.
Usually, most of the times, at least you go on holiday once a year, and you go out once or twice a week. So this cost that has been
some
saved.
people goes to holiday, some people goes to Umrah. Everything
Absolutely,
is stopped now.
Exactly.
So that money is saving this year.
Savings,
And also the regular expenditure. Shops are not open. You're not doing shopping.
That's right. Exactly.
Before every
shopping,
month you used to buy your clothes. Now last 3 months you are not going out and you are not buying your clothing. So এখান থেকে অনেকেরই কিছু সেভিংস আসছে যেগুলি হেল্প করছে ডিপোজিটের জন্য, প্রপার্টি বাই টু লেট প্রপার্টি ডিপোজিটের জন্য.
Just quickly moving away from the properties and touching on the obviously we've got to remember a lot of these facilities that the HMRCA have provided, they're all going to come to an end very soon. So one of the important ones that has affected our the Bangladeshi community, which will be the 5% reduction, VAT reduction, and that's helped the food industry dramatically. You know, I would say that it has been such a great help. I mean, we had members of the chairperson of BBCA, BCA previously in our show, and they were welcoming this, you know, with open arms. So this has been a huge help.
Yeah, everybody is recognizing that. As you said rightly, যে আমাদের previous programme আমাদের সাথে ব্রিটিশ বাংলাদেশ চেম্বার অফ কমার্স অ্যান্ড ইন্ডাস্ট্রিজের চেয়ার উনি আমাদের প্রোগ্রামে ছিলেন, আমরা ডিসকাস করেছি। হি ওয়েলকাম দ্য বাজেট অ্যান্ড দ্য হেল্প দ্য গভর্নমেন্ট হ্যাজ এক্সটেন্ডেড। Likewise, from the Catering Association, you know, the president of Catering Association was with us.
Yeah.
You know, we heard from him as well. So they all recognize that yes, without their support, it would be difficult for particularly the catering industry to survive. But the good thing is, you know, most of them will survive. They will come back.
Yeah.
You know, after now it's opening. You know,
what's happening is, so we've got to remember, and we just let the viewers know as well. The 5% reduction is going to end on 31st of September. Sorry, 30th September. And once that's over, it's not going to jump back to 20%.
No.
It's going to go up to 12.5%. And that's going to last up to 31st of March 2022.
Yeah, this year, whole year, until 31st of March, this full tax year, the VAT rate is going to, it's not going to go back to 20%.
Not back to 20%.
After 5%, after September, it will be 12.5%, and then March 2022, it will go back to normal rate.
So those have, you know, those that have benefited from this, especially the catering business. Also, you've got to remember, you know, the hotel industry. So those that had hotels, bed and breakfast style hotels, these things. Amra community maze onek ase erokom.
We'll say hospitality industry.
Hospitality industry. This has been a great help for them. So just to remind the viewers that it will go up to 12.5% from the 1st of October 2021, and it will be 12.5% up until 31st of March 2022. From then on, it will be back to normal, back to 20%.
And again, we need to remind the viewers, the 5% VAT is only on food
items.
So যাদের বিজনেসে ফুড অ্যান্ড ড্রিঙ্কস আছে, সো ইউ নিড টু স্প্লিট দ্যাট সেলস। যে এখন যেহেতু রেস্টুরেন্ট খুলে যাচ্ছে এবং আপনারা যখন যখন রেকর্ড করবেন, তখন মেক শিওর দ্য ফুডের টেকিং অ্যান্ড আপনার ড্রিঙ্কের টেকিং আপনারা আলাদা করে রেকর্ড করবেন।
Excellent.
Because VAT rate is not same.
It's not the same. Yeah, exactly. What else can we touch on, Arif Bhai?
We are supposed to talk about the breaker আগে যেটা আমরা বলেছি যে আমরা we'll talk about whether to form a limited company.
Yes. Sorry, this was the property
for property investors.
Question. Yes.
আমাদের কাছে অনেক কোশ্চেন আসে প্রপার্টি ইনভেস্টরদের কাছ থেকে যে you know whether they should buy the property under a limited company than their personal. আমাদের অ্যাডভাইস হবে যদি আপনি যদি হায়ার ট্যাক্স পেয়ার হন, আপনি যদি অলরেডি 40% ট্যাক্স পেয়ার, অথবা আপনার প্রপার্টির ইনকাম যদি আপনি অ্যাড করেন, আপনি যখন প্রপার্টি কিনবেন তখন রেন্টাল ইনকাম যেটা আসবে, সেই রেন্টাল ইনকাম অ্যাড করে যদি আপনার ইনকাম 50,000-এর উপরে যায় ইয়ারলি, then definitely it's advisable that you form a limited company and buy the property through your limited company than your personal name. Because your tax rate will be 40%, whereas company will pay only corporation tax 19% on the rental income. That's the instant saving. The second advantage holo for ফিউচার প্ল্যানিং।
হুম,
যখন আপনি এই প্রপার্টি আবার আপনি বিক্রি করতে যাবেন তখন এখানে ক্যাপিটাল গেইন ট্যাক্সের প্রশ্ন আসে, এরপরে ফিউচার জেনারেশনের কাছে পাস করতে গেলে ইনহেরিটেন্স ট্যাক্সের প্রশ্ন আছে। সো প্রপার্টিটা যদি ইজ ওন বাই লিমিটেড কোম্পানি অ্যান্ড দেন is when company sell the asset, company doesn't pay capital gain tax. The capital gain tax will be as same rate as corporation tax.
হুম,
Whereas আপনি যদি পার্সোনালি ওন করেন তাহলে আপনার capital gain tax could be up to 28%.
a lot higher, yeah.
Lot higher. So capital gain tax এর ক্ষেত্রে এখানে সেভিংস আছে। আর সবচেয়ে যেটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট সেটা হলো আপনি যখন আপনার নেক্সট জেনারেশনকে পাস করবেন প্রপার্টি তখন ইজ লট ইজিয়ার দ্যাট ইউ অ্যাড দেম অ্যাজ দ্য কোম্পানি শেয়ার হোল্ডার অ্যান্ড মেক দেম দ্য ওনার অফ দ্য কোম্পানি হোয়ার দ্য প্রপার্টি ইজ বিলংস টু, rather than you try to transfer it to in their name and then they will be end up paying inheritance tax, which is 40% of the property value.
So the straightforward advice is that you buy the property within in a company, in a company name, and what happens is you're essentially planning your future, your tax planning the future of that property, of that investment. এখন দেখা যায় যে 10 years down the line you might need to pass that on for inheritance purposes, so it'll be easier for that as well.
I'll put it that way, bhai. So first of all, যারা আমরা প্রপার্টিতে যারা ইনভেস্ট করেন, বাই টু লেটের যারা ইনভেস্টার, তারা নর্মালি দেখা যায় যে দে সেভ দ্য রেন্টটা তারা সেভ করে এবং যখন প্রপার্টির প্রাইস গোজ আপ তখন দে রিলিজ সাম ইকুইটি অ্যান্ড দেন দ্য সেভিংস ফ্রম দ্য রেন্টাল ইনকাম, এই দুইটা অ্যাড করে তখন তারা আবার ইনভেস্ট করে, আর একটা প্রপার্টিতে ইনভেস্ট করে। সো প্রপার্টিটা যদি পার্সোনাল নামে থাকে, দেন হোয়েন ইউ রিসিভ দ্য রেন্টাল ইনকাম and you do your self-assessment tax return, you include that income in your self-assessment tax return, then you pay tax on personal income tax. So when you pay income tax rate is higher.
Is higher than
the company's corporation tax rate. Okay. But if you don't, if you just keep the rental income separate, so it's better to keep it in company's account when you are not taking this money and you are not paying any income tax on that. It's only 19% corporation tax the company is paying. So
up to £300,000 worth of profit.
So it makes sense.
Absolutely.
So our advice will be, form a limited company. It's not too difficult. You can form a limited company within 24 hours. Now, any accountant can help you to open a limited company and just buy the property through your limited company.
With regards to mortgages, getting finance, acquiring finance through a limited company, is it,
no, it's not difficult anymore because a lot of lenders are now financing the companies.
I mean, I'd say about 5 years ago it was a lot difficult.
5 years ago it was difficult, but when the government changed the taxation law and they said, okay, individual cannot claim the expenses, mortgage interest.
That's right.
If you are individual and you are a higher rate taxpayer, then we know that you cannot offset the mortgage interest against your rental income. So because of that reason, a lot of people have shifted to buy the property from the limited company, and there is a great demand in the market. So bank has recognized that. A lot of people are try to buy the property through their limited company. So they open up the market now. They add the products for the companies, and now I'll say that there should be plenty of um, products available from the different
a lot
lenders
of
for
lenders
the
that are
company.
available to do.
It might be compared, little bit more expensive in terms of interest rate, could be little bit higher, but still is worth considering.
It's beneficial on the long run.
Yeah.
Definitely. Excellent. So those of you that are buying properties, purchasing properties, if you haven't done so yet and you're thinking about doing it, our suggestion is that you set up a limited company. You speak to your accountant, set up a limited company, and process the purchase of the property through the limited company.
And the property investors, যারা প্রপার্টিতে ইনভেস্ট করেছেন অনেক আগে থেকে, but they didn't get chance to disclose their rental income to HMRC. হয়তো যে কারণেই হোক আপনারা আগে হয়তো জানানো হয় নাই, বা মনে করেছেন যে ঠিক আছে জানাবেন করে অনেক বছর চলে গেছে। এখন চিন্তা করছেন যে এখন যদি আমি বলি HMRC কে it's already 5 years gone, what is going to happen to me? Is the HMRC is going to fine me, or they will impose a big penalty or something? The good news is the HMRC have a campaign, it's called Let Property Campaign. HMRC is giving chance to those who hasn't disclosed their income. It could be rental income or your offshore income, or you are renting property in might be Dubai or Spain or some other places, or you might have overseas income which you didn't tell HMRC. For all of this, there is a package from HMRC. It's called Let Property Campaign, and then other disclosure service, digital disclosure service. It's called digital disclosure service. It can be done in online, and HMRC is very linear with the penalty issue. As long as you're reasonable, you offer them 10% on your unpaid tax, 10% or 20% on your unpaid tax. They accept your offer. You just calculate your own tax. Go and see an accountant, and he will calculate what's the tax is outstanding tax, and the penalty. You offer a small penalty with that, and you just make an offer that okay, I want to pay this much and settle my last 5 years or my last 10 years, or even last 20 years. I want to clear it off. You can easily clear it off. It's a very good option is available. Just talk to an accountant, take their professional advice, and then
So
just clear the past.
Those that are watching, the option Arif Bhai is talking about is for those that have owned properties. Previously, they've owned properties, or they still own the properties, and they've been renting the properties out, but have never declared the rental income on the tax return, or they've never actually declared it. This option is now available by HMRC. This is an option that's been given by HMRC for you to calculate your taxes, the outstanding amounts that have been outstanding previously, calculate the taxes, and add the penalty surcharge. Surcharge ekta ase, there's going to be a penalty on top. Add that on top, and even that amount, Arif Bhai, is not going to be requested all in one go. So ekhon dekha jay je if you've had a property for 10 years.
Well, disclosure service actually expect you to make an offer and make the payment. And they will let you know whether they will accept it or not. But most of the case, they accept it. Whatever you offer, if you are reasonable, they accept it. But if you cannot pay, obviously you can take some time to, if you need some time to pay, then probably they will accept that as well. So,
excellent. We have a caller on the line, Arif Bhai.
Yes, let's take the call,
inshallah. We are coming to the end of the show, but let's take the call, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, caller.
Alaikum salam.
Caller, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Can you hear me?
Hello, assalamu alaikum. Yes. We can hear you.
Yes, brother. A very
Bro-
nice program, actually. Very beneficial, and
Thank you.
I'm glad that you're talking about the subject.
Thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you for calling in and joining us, brother. Where are you calling from, Bhaiya?
I live in Stepney Green, brother.
Okay, so you're close by, you're local. Fire away, brother. What's your question?
The question is, you've mentioned buying a purchasing a property via a limited company. My question is, how long does that limited company have to be established before you can apply for a mortgage under the limited company?
Okay,
Is there a time scale, or how does it work?
excellent. Thank you very much for the question. Any other questions, brother?
No, what it is, I'm thinking of purchasing a property via a limited company. I've got a limited company at the moment,
Okay,
which I've been trading for 2 years.
okay.
But obviously, I just want a bit more
Is
information.
is that property trading as a is that company trading as a property investment
No,
company or
I'm a heating engineer. I'm a gas engineer.
something else? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Listen, thank you so much for calling in and thank you for asking the question. If you keep watching, we're going to discuss this inshallah and we'll answer the question. Arif Bhai, so I think what the brother's asking for is obviously some of the lenders
Yes.
require the company to be in existence for several years before they
for a
lend.
certain time, but it's not necessary for all the lenders.
No,
you
especially
can-
now. Like I said, about 5 years ago, it was more. It was important for the lenders to have these companies that have been registered and established for several years. But now, we're setting up companies immediately.
You can set up a company today and just give the company's details to your mortgage broker, and he can apply from that company. It doesn't have to have a track record of trading. To buy a property, you don't have to have a track record of the company.
I think
company's trading.
What happens is,
but if you have, if your company was formed, a long time ago, that will give you some credit. You will have a wider access to
lend.
wider lenders.
Yeah. And probably
Because
smaller.
some of the few lenders that can be a criteria for them that your company have to trade at least for 6 months or for a year. But it's not for all lenders. There are many lenders in the market that they want to lend you the money. So if your company is even brand new, still you will find some lender too.
Yeah, excellent. Fantastic. I hope that's answered the question, Bhaiya, the one that called earlier. We have come to the end of the show, inshallah. We will be going back to normal hours of working for
Monday
Money
night, 8
Matters.
o'clock.
Monday night, 8 o'clock, inshallah.
After Ramadan.
Which will I think we don't need to even confirm that. I think that's what's going to happen. So it will be back to normal, 8 o'clock Monday nights.
Yeah, because of Ramadan,
Yeah.
we did the program 12 o'clock every Sunday.
Yeah.
But the normal routine
Yeah.
is Monday.
Arif Bhai, I'm
Monday,
going to
8
pause you
o'clock.
quickly. We've got a call. Let's take that call,
Okay.
inshallah. I know we've only got a few more minutes, but let's take the call, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, caller.
Walaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
I would like to talk to the people on the television, want to know something about.
Hello. You're talking on live at the moment, and you're talking with myself and Arif Bhai. What's your
Yeah.
question, sister?
My question is, I have got 3 houses rented, and I do pay the tax every year,
Okay.
but I don't have that limited company, the one you were saying,
Okay.
paid my heritage tax. So
Yes.
how do I do it?
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much for joining us, sister. We appreciate the call and the question. We only have a few minutes left, Arif Bhai.
Yeah.
So
Today's
if you
program.
can
Okay.
try to wrap it up.
I'll try to give you answer.
Yeah.
Sister, what other language you speak
I
apart
can
from
speak Bengali, no problem.
আচ্ছা তাহলে আমি আপনাকে বাংলায় বলে দিচ্ছি
আমার মনে করেন অনেক বছর আগে আমি ঘর কিনেছি, আমার ঘরে কোনো মর্গেজ নাই, আমার 3টা বাড়ি ভাড়াতে আছে, কিন্তু আমি এখন লিমিটেড কোম্পানিতে যাইতে চাই ট্যাক্স বাঁচাবার জন্য, হেরিটেজ ট্যাক্স।
আচ্ছা,
হ্যাঁ,
আপনি আপনি এই যে 3টে প্রপার্টি আপনি ভাড়া দিচ্ছেন, এগুলি কি আপনি সেলফ অ্যাসেসমেন্ট করছেন এগুলোর জন্য?
জি জি জি, এভরি ইয়ার।
আপনি এভরি ইয়ারে সেলফ অ্যাসেসমেন্ট করে যাচ্ছেন। এখন আপনি চাচ্ছেন যে এই প্রপার্টিগুলো আপনার নিজের নাম থেকে আপনি লিমিটেড কোম্পানিতে নিয়ে আসবেন ফর দ্য আপনার ইনহেরিটেন্স ট্যাক্স পারপাসের জন্য, তাই তো?
দ্যাটস রাইট।
ওকে, নাও এইখানে দ্যাট প্রসেস আপনি যখনই আপনার নিজের নাম থেকে কোম্পানিতে আপনি ট্রান্সফার করতে যাবেন, তখন কোম্পানি এবং আপনি এটা দুইটা ভিন্ন জিনিস। সো এইখানে এটা ইট উইল বি লিগ্যাল ট্রান্সফার বিটুইন ইয়োরসেলফ অ্যান্ড কোম্পানির মধ্যে আপনার এটা একটা লিগ্যাল ট্রান্সফার হয়। যখনই লিগ্যাল ট্রান্সফার আপনি করতে যাবেন প্রপার্টি, তখন এখানে ক্যাপিটাল গেইনের একটা প্রশ্ন চলে আসে যে আপনাকে ক্যাপিটাল গেইন ট্যাক্স দিয়ে তারপরে আপনার ট্রান্সফার করতে হবে। সো এই ক্যাপিটাল গেইন ট্যাক্স, এইটা যদি আপনি ক্যাপিটাল গেইন ট্যাক্স প্লাস আপনার স্ট্যাম্প ডিউটিরও একটা প্রশ্ন থাকে যখন আপনি বেচাকেনা করবেন বিটুইন কোম্পানি অ্যান্ড আপনি, তখন স্ট্যাম্প ডিউটিও চলে আসে। তবে এইটা অ্যাভয়েড করার একটা প্রসেস আছে, বাট ইটস হ্যাভ টু বি প্ল্যান্ড। আপনার আপনার ইউ নিড এ প্রফেশনাল অ্যাডভাইস। আপনার যে কোনো একজন অ্যাকাউন্টেন্টের কাছ থেকে আপনি প্রফেশনাল অ্যাডভাইস নিয়ে তাদের সাথে আপনি একটা প্ল্যান করবেন যে আপনি 1 বছর বা 2 বছর পরে এই প্রপার্টিগুলো আপনি ট্রান্সফার করে কোম্পানিতে নিয়ে আসবেন। ইজ নিড এ গুড আপনার ট্যাক্স প্ল্যানিং।
Feel free to come and see us, sister. Feel free to come and see Arif bhai, inshallah.
বেটার আপনি আলম ভাই বা আমার সাথে যোগাযোগ করতে পারেন, অথবা আপনার কাছাকাছি কোনো অন্য অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট থাকলে তাদের সাথেও আপনি যোগাযোগ করে তাদের সাথে আপনি কথা বলেন।
There is ways around it.
There is ways, but এটা you need to good tax planning.
Planning.
And some of the condition that you have to meet, যেগুলা এগুলো অ্যাসেস করতে হবে যে আপনি এই কন্ডিশনগুলো মিট করেন কিনা।
প্রপার্টি
যেমন আপনি নিজে যদি ম্যানেজ করেন 3টে প্রপার্টি আপনার নিজস্ব ম্যানেজমেন্টে এবং আপনি ডাইরেক্ট দেখাশোনা করেন, তাহলে মাইট বি অপশন যে আপনি ইউ ফর্মে আপনার ফার্স্ট ইউ ফর্ম পার্টনারশিপ অ্যান্ড দেন পার্টনারশিপ থেকে আপনি ট্রান্সফার করেন লিমিটেড কোম্পানিতে। That could be way.
There is these options to mitigate the stamp duty and the capital gains tax, inshallah. Thank you very much those that have joined us today and watched, inshallah. We will be going back to normal Mondays 8 p.m. inshallah. It won't be Monday tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday,
no.
So it won't be tomorrow.
Monday after.
Monday is still tomorrow is still Ramzan, so it'll be after Ramzan. So next week, Monday, inshallah, we will be back to normal 8 p.m. So please do join us then, and until then, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.